Okay, all the machining's done. Time to hand them over to Elliot for paint.
Let's get stuck into it. Centers are all masked up now. You might notice that we didn't really plug up the holes. Don't panic, we'll put a tap through them at the end. But for now, let's get some primer on. Okay, primer's on. Time for some colour. We're going silver with these. I've already got it mixed up here, ready to go. We'll smash it on, then chuck some clear on top, and they should be ready to assemble.
Okay, so Elliot's put the paint on, and that's awesome. I asked him for like a grey or a silver, like a matte sort of colour. What he's done is he's coloured some silver darker and then done a satin clear over the top of it, and that is just awesome. Really nice. Actually, I'll show you. The boys have been working on the lips too, so they've come up really well too. So these babies are going to look really good. Anyway, so put that back so I don't damage it. It wasn't the edge, it was the bag. Oh. Shut up. All right, So we're here today. The plan is to put them together. Now, Panasports are a little bit different to most things. These ones in particular. So there's our barrel. They have these guys here, which is a seal. There's about 3 millimeters in there. A lot of these, because like these were made in the 80s, this seal is cactus. So if you do have Panasports, I mean, we're going to seal them up like we usually do around the outside anyway. But if you've got Panasports, put these in, because these are the bolts, and the bolts come in from the back with these ones. See, they're weird. So these are the bolts. What we've done is we've blasted those all and we've re-coated them in the coating that they have, which is it's a particular coating that they put on bolts for use in ice and snow areas. We've just figured that one out recently, actually, from some Nismo LMGT1 bolts, which are the same. You know, they're unobtainium and you can't get the right look for them. That's the stuff that's on it. It's got some zinc and stuff in there, and it goes on like a paint, but then it's baked on and it melts and coats it and does all that sort of stuff. Anyway, these go in from the back, and because you have the barrel, your seal, and then the center, the lip, and then the center comes in from the top. That's about 3 millimeters thick. Look at that, 3 millimeters thick. 3 mil thick. So if you put them together without that, then this bolt will stick up through that hole 3 millimeters. These are precisely sized to be absolutely perfect. They're 28 millimeters, 28.5 millimeter. You always measure bolts like that too. You don't measure the overall length, you measure the shank. Got it? Cool. You guys are going to be able to do this job by the time you finish watching all these videos. All right, so that's where you measure bolts. Yeah, so they'll go up and right through and out the front. Now, they're really hard to get in these sizes, and if you want, I suppose you could use a 25 in a high tensile. Try and find a 25 millimeter high tensile M7 bolt. They are not falling out of trees. Anyway, so the plan at this point is to demask. We've got a little masking off the back. We still have to put some seats in it too, but we'll do that once they're together. And we need to clean the paint out of the threads here, which we'll do next. See, they're a little unusual here too. A little extra bit. They don't have the spigot going all the way around. And we've told you this 100 times, don't paint these bits. You want them metal to metal. The metal to metal pieces, you don't want, same here, you don't want them painted, okay? Listen to Uncle Mark, he knows what he's talking about. You see so many wheels come in that are just put together wrong. All right. This, as far as I know, they're called a Dage. They're like a Fuchs shape, but I'm pretty sure they were made by Compomotive back in the day. They're rare as hell. And this one's been crashed the crap out of. It's a bit of a mess. But here's the thing. So to get them apart, this lip was curled right over. The bolts were garbage. The bolts were all stainless steel. So there's the first problem. So then, because we had to cut the lip off to actually get to the bolts, which wouldn't undo, so we had to cut them off. You'll see all these grinder marks here where we had to cut the bolts off. So then we pull this off. And, oh look, there's no spigot here, so somebody's bolted just to the front of the wheel. Now here's the thing, see that? That's where the bolt's supposed to go. Through there, lip and barrel attached to the back. So the bolt's, not only is it stainless steel, but it's bolting down on to avoid. Not real bright. And then this, because there's no spigot here, this could be like Puffing Billy, you know, the last train to Ferny Grove. Because there's nothing to locate it. These are supposed to locate on the back. See? Room there for a lip and barrel. And the center's bent and the barrel's bent. And they wanted us to make a new lip and I went, no, I'm not putting it together like that again. Sorry, we either fix it properly or we don't. Which is, some people have come to Barrel Brothers and had that experience. My favourite is people that come in with a crack. Oh, I've just got a crack. Yeah, it'll have a buckle too, because they just don't crack for no reason. No, it's just a crack. All right, because we spin everything up here when it comes in. Give it a spin, it's got a buckle in it. And then old mate says, no, I don't want the buckle fixed, I'll just fix the crack. And I go, here's your wheel, sir. You either do the whole bloody thing and do it properly, or you don't do it. Right? I don't want anything to do with it. So this one's still hanging in the balance while the owner decides what to do with it. Now, I don't know if he bought them like this, or they came on the car, or he did it. I don't know, but I'm not going to put them together like that. It's not safe. Anyway, okay, clean these threads up. Look at the amount of junk that came out of them. Seal the lip. A couple of little assembly bolts just to help get everything lined up properly. Okay, that's one down. Did anybody spot my deliberate mistake? Yes. Supposed to have a washer on them. It's looking pretty good. All right, so I need to get these done today because they've got to go on the car because we've got something big happening. And I need these on it. So let's get stuck into the other three. I would suggest that this next hour or so won't be overly riveting viewing, so yeah, I'll come back in when we've got this all together. Alrighty, here we are some hours later, and I've got four wheels all bolted together and sealed up. Looking good. So the reason that I need to get these done and get them sealed up tonight, and I'm supposed to be leaving about 10 minutes ago, is because we need to get the tyres on them tomorrow because we've got a road trip coming up. To where, you might ask? Those who are patient, all will be revealed. Okie dokie, here we are, brand new date. Now it's about getting the valves in. Our seal has gone off, which is what we want. Grab your fingers. So we'll get the valves in today and get the tyres on. Get it on the car. Get them on the car. Okay, here you go. A bit of schmutz on that one. What do we use to clean it? Blue sapphire or liquid reflection. This is the stuff we use here, both available on the website. That one's a little bit more coarse. You can take out like small scuffs and stuff with this one. This is a really fine one. Both contain a wax to protect your wheel or your metal. Just metal polishes are really good metal polishes. Made by a mate of mine, just a few k's up the road, support Australian made. Product placement. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 done. Now we need to do some seats for it. Okay, so there you have it. They're all on, 15s, 195, 65, 15 tyres on there. Taller by about inch and a bit than the the old 14s. So what was the big panic to get them on? Well, it's got to do a road trip. It's got to do a big road trip. And that's because after a bit of pleading and then some begging and a bit of crying, Al and Woody from the Skid Factory are going to take it on and get me some fuel injection back on and a few other things working. So it's got to drive all the way to their workshop, which is in Queensland, which is about, from here, 11 hours drive, thereabouts. So away we go. Drive? Seatbelts, eh? Oh, yeah, okay. Put some of that Akadaka music on too. Pleasant. What? Pleasant, sir. I said pleasant. It's going to be a pleasant journey. Yeah, it should be pleasant. Sure, decent drive. Unless we've got a nice comfy car to do it in. Cool, onward ho. Indubitably, sir.